Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of TCG Talk, back today with another video. And today's video and a couple future videos I'm going to be making here shortly are based on the Skirmish format. I know right now we're in the heart of Indianapolis, the calling, and I'm going to do reactions on that tournament when it's completed this weekend. But I know Skirmish season's coming up, the Battle Hardened in Dallas is coming up, and just overall, like, a lot of people are going to be playing a lot of Blitz. So I'm going to do like a Blitz tier list. I'm going to end up doing like a recap of my IRA list that I would probably take if I went to an event. I'm going to be doing a Viscerai list, a Chain list, a Benji list, just really like updated list based off how I'm seeing the cards play out, because little things update and update as things go on. But today we're going to go over a tier list, and I'm really excited about it. Blitz is just fun. Like, I don't pretend to be an expert or pretend to be this like crazy, like know-it-all person. But I enjoy talking about Blitz because it's just a really fun format. It's a little bit less fun as of late, in my opinion, just because of how fast the format has gotten, and how hard all these decks hit. But overall, still fun to play. You know, it's great for new players to jam in some games and go on from there. Yeah, we'll get right into it. Again, I haven't played every single hero on this list. I've played against, I think, every hero on this list. I can't think of a hero in Blitz I have not played against. Oh, I haven't played against a KO. I'm not going to lie to you. I haven't played against a KO. But other than that, even Data Doll, I've played against one Data Doll. So I'll kind of give my opinion as much as I can, but some of it is speculation. So please don't hit me up for it. It's just a lot of fun. Let me know if y'all have any disagreements or anything y'all do differently. So for the first one, looking at Kano. So Kano, has always been a top Blitz hero. Right now, I still have him in A tier. And you know what? The first thing we're going to do, actually, so this list makes a little bit more sense. We're going to go Kasai first. Kasai is S tier, and Kasai is by herself. No one's near Kasai right now. She is the best deck in Blitz by far, not close. In my opinion, she is beatable. She is not like this unbeatable deck that is just an automatic win, but she 100% is the best deck in Blitz, and it is not close. So, like, her blood on her hands is an insane, like, the reason Kasai is so good, the easiest way to explain it is she does two game plans, right? Like, you have Chain, for example, who's an aggro format, right? Or even Dorinthea or something like that. Then you have like Viscerai, who can play that OTK style. She does both. She literally can do both. If she has good aggro where she's doing 5 to 10 damage a turn minimum, while also being able to build up copper, which then she'll play her specialization Blood on her hands. Look that card up if you don't know what it is, which then gives her like an OTK potential. But she's just insane, right? Like, sorry, I was just thinking of a train of thought. She's just insane, and she's by far the best tier. So now that we put her in S tier, we'll go to Kano, who I put in A tier. No one else is going to be on the same tier as her, so we'll just keep her there. Just know that going forward. Kano's really good. He got a lot of Ether Wildfire is the thing now on an opponent's turn. Like, he can OTK you so easily turn 1 and 2. He definitely has some rough matchups. And if he doesn't draw well, he can be a little bit in trouble in this format because everything's hitting so much harder. He kind of has to get off to a faster start, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. I'm not this expert Kano player, just as someone who's played against a lot of Kanos. That's my opinion. But he got a lot of good toys. Scour's really good, right? Most Kanos, I would hope, would run just one of them in their list against like a Viscerai or against a Chain or something like that, even against a Briar with her Mount Heroics and stuff like that. So really good deck, definitely still A tier. For Dash is weird. I'm probably gonna put Dash at C. The only Dash that's viable in Blitz right now is the boost Dash with like Teklo Pounder and stuff like that. I think that list can win some games, but I just don't think the list quite hits hard enough. Personally, I think at its height it's like a low B, but I would put it in C tier, to be honest with you. Azalea is the same thing. She got a couple new toys. Read the Glide Path is really good, and it allows her to opt and be able to, activate her Azalea ability safer, which in Blitz, she's going to get that card off more often. So she's one of those heroes that right now I think she's a C. But in the future, I think she could go up to a B, but I would probably put her like the top of C tier right now. Definitely not a bad hero by any means. Viscerai is an A tier for me. He's insanely flexible in Blitz too. You can run the OTK version, or you can even run the tempo version. I run the tempo version. I'm going to be putting out my Viscerai list this week that I've done really well with, that I've beaten Kasai's with, beaten Benji's with, stuff like that, beaten really good decks. I love Viscerai because he has a tank for armor, so he's really good against Benji because he can block a lot of Benji's attacks. Like if you really think about it, like Grass can block arguably one full attack without an attack reaction, maybe two, depending on how much that card's coming in for Benji. Skeleton can block one or two. Skullcap can block one or two. Like, just really good, right? The tempo format's really good as well. It struggles a little bit in the Kano if you want to do the tempo format. The OTK format's better, but obviously you can't sideboard, so you kind of got to choose one or the other. But I definitely would put Viscerai in the A tier for me. Caverdine, I've only played against one Caverdine. Just going to put Caverdine down here. He might be better, but I haven't played against him enough to actually give an opinion, so I'll just leave it at that. KO I haven't played against, but I would honestly put KO at the top of B, just what I'm thinking. Like, yes, KO has a ton of variants involved, right? But when he hits, like, he's OTK near, right? Like, he's insane. And so he's not someone I would probably take to a big event, like, that's going to have like 6-7 rounds, just because the variance is going to be so high. But at an armory level, like, awesome. I think he'd be really fun to play, and I think he's a B tier, honestly, because it's feast or famine with him, but his feast side is just nutty, right? Just nutty. For Benji, A tier. Benji's really good. You can run like the high combo, like OTK style Benji, where you chip, or you block out as much as you can, so you get your Spring Titans turns with attack reaction. You can run like just the all go again Benji, like whatever you do, it's a solid deck. Definitely should run it. Definitely an A tier deck. For the next one is Shyvana. I would say Shyvana is a D tier just because I don't play her a whole lot. Honestly, I'm not saying she can't be good, but I just don't think the consistency's there, so we'll just leave it at that. Same thing with Daedal. She got a little bit better stuff because of some of the toys that she'd be fun to play, but I'm not saying she's gonna be good. Like, she's C or D tier. Like, I just haven't played her against her enough. I've only played one, so I wouldn't advise using her unless you're just trying to have some fun with the game, obviously. For Ira definitely went down. Ira used to be like S tier, obviously, like up here with Kasai probably. But now I would say she's A tier. I would probably, like, in the A tier range right now, how I would probably put this. This is hard. I probably would do this. I'd probably do it like that. That's how my A tier is probably structured. Benji, Ira, Kano, Viscerai. But these are so interchangeable, and like all these decks can be each other. So that's where I put that. Dorinthea is still really good. I would probably put Dorinthea is like either the top of B or like the bottom of A. And it depends what Dorinthea you're playing. If you're playing Dawnblade Dorinthea, you're playing Axis Dorinthea. I think Axis Dorinthea is the most consistent and also most fun, to be honest with you. So I probably put her right at the top of B. Really solid. Blocks for a lot. Has a lot of block threes. She has a fridge for armor, similar to Kasai. Like, a lot of the power that Kasai has, except she doesn't have blood on her hands, but she has Steel Blade Supremacy. So it just depends on, which you value more. But Valiant Domino is one of the best cards in the game for equipment. And I'm so mad that I sold mine when I did and didn't realize how good the deck card was, because it would be really fun to play some Axis Door right now. But I don't want to spend $150 on that card right now, to be honest with you. Rhinar, I put it B, definitely above KO. Just the potential to Blood Rush, Bellow, and quadruple intimidate somebody and just knock him out in one turn, pretty much. Like, that threat's always there with him. It's just a lot of variance, so you can't put him but so high, but he's still a really good deck. And I know a lot of people that have won with this deck and done really well with it. The Bellow plays are very powerful. So that's where I'd put him. So the next one, probably put Bravo behind Dorinthea at B tier. He's really good, really solid. He got a lot of new toys with Terra Sunder and a couple other things. Like, he's just really good. I think that he can do a lot of different things now and play a little bit more fluid and dynamic than he used to play. And he's still a really good, solid deck for the Blitz format, in my opinion. So I'd probably put him at B tier. For Katsu, I'm going to put him at the top of C. He is similar to Azalea, where I think with the 100 wins head jab, I think if you run like similar to my CC list, to be completely honest with you, like a Breeze Rider Boots build with a lot of combo and really threaten on hits at a constant rate, I think that he could be really good and possibly move himself up into the B tier, like around here time, like area. I think he's better. I think he's better than most people think he is, and I think he's better than he used to be. But for right now, definitely put him in the C tier. I think that's where he's at just right now. For Oldhim, I'd definitely put him in A tier. Fatigue Oldhim's just good. It's really annoying. It's not as crazy it is in others, and I probably would put him like in the bottom of A tier, right? But I think he's still an A tier deck. And I think he still has a place, to be honest with you. Excuse me. For Lexi, I think Lightning Lexi is the only one that's viable. Ice Lexi is really good too, but you have to keep momentum from turn 1, and it's just really hard to do that. So I'll probably put Lightning Lexi like in the middle of B. Just can't quite block enough, and this meta is so fast, and you need to basically use your armor to buy yourself a turn for the most part nowadays, that I just don't see her being able to do that. She just can't block efficiently enough, quite frankly. For Briar, definitely A tier. Briar's one of the better decks. I'd honestly probably put her like either right in front or behind Kano. The Plunder Run, like any card that can still use Plunder Run effectively, like Briar, is really good. And she just still has access to a lot of good cards. And if she's not playing Oldhim, she honestly can play even the Lightning-esque build or a little bit more Lightning involved and still be really good. So definitely would put her at the A tier, to be honest with you. Valda, I haven't played against a whole lot of Valdas. I'm just going to put her in B tier for now because she still has a lot of good, cool abilities. She can play actually a really cool fatigue plan and then make surge tokens when she can and then crack back. But the few Valdas I've played, their lists weren't really optimized, so I can't give her 100% of a go, right, as far as where she should be ranked. But if I were to just give my opinion based off the hero ability and card pool, I'd probably put her in like a low B. Icelander, I've played Icelander quite a bit, and I had actually probably put her, she's weird. I'd probably put her at the end of B tier. She can do a really good job at like this like chip, like stall, chip, stall kind of archetype where she's like slowly controlling the opponent while also windling the opponent down. But it's hard to get going consistently is the only issue, but it's a really fun deck to play. Highly suggest someone to play it if you want to. I really enjoyed it. Prism, I'm putting in C tier. Just her Herald's build is viable, but that's about it. And even then, like, all someone's got to do is buy themselves one turn with equipment or like crack back one good time, and it's hard for her to block out efficiently while doing her own thing. There's just other aggro formats to do stuff better than she does. I do think she's probably better than most of the C tiers, probably just in around the same realm as Katsu, but you know, that's where I'd put her. Then for Bolton, he's definitely B tier. I'd probably put him above everybody but Bravo and Dorinthea. That's where I would probably put him. He's really good. Basically, A and B tier doesn't have a whole lot of difference. Like the top of B, like right here, and then like here, or maybe here. So like from Briar to Bolton is such a minuscule like gap, but it is a gap. But Bolton's really good. Saber Bolton's really good. Honestly, I really enjoy Saber Bolton in Blitz, even though Bolton for me is, I know I've said some choice words about Bolton that people get upset about. But overall, I enjoy Saber Bolton a lot. For Chain, I've played Chain a lot in Blitz and I enjoy Chain. I honestly think he's a B tier hero, to be honest with you. I'd probably put him even above Bravo. It's just Kasai is hard to deal with right now. As a Chain, you have to play really, really well, and Oldhim just feels super bad with Chain, but like he's good in a Benji in my opinion. He's good in Ira. He's good into Briar and even Vis. Where he struggles a little bit is Kano a little bit because he has to dump so much of his hand. You have to really sequence properly. Oldhim's just a big feels bad. And then Kasai is like you have to play really well to win. So it's more of just like some of the top decks really counter him in Blitz. But Husk is always a thing. Like, you know, he can still technically run Skeletor if you wanted to run with him. Even Ether Ironweave's really good. Like he has a lot of options. So he's definitely good. And he's at the top of the B tier. For Levia, similar to Rhinar, but not as good. I'll probably put her at the top of C. She's similar to Rhinar, but she doesn't quite hit as hard as Rhinar, in my opinion, for Blitz. So I'll probably put her at the top of C. But I haven't played a lot of Levias in Blitz, like only one or two. So it's really hard for me to go about this with her. But this is kind of initial list. I mean, looking at it now, like I didn't want to do like an hour-long tier list. Like if I had a friend to kind of talk it over with, then I would. But me by myself, like I just want to give you all a quick snapshot of what I'm thinking. This is where I would be at. Kasai is definitely in a league of her own. Like, not that she's unbeatable, but she's definitely hard. But I've been playing Viscerai a lot. I've been playing Chain a lot, and I've been playing Ira and Benji too, like testing all of them. I'd say Viscerai is right now the most consistent for me. I really enjoy it. The Kano matchups, honestly, where I have the most trouble, just because I play tempo Viscerai and I have to commit I have to commit basically 3 cards from hand before I'm attacking. Because like non-attack, pitch, attack, like a mob skies or something or whatever it is, or attack, creepers, non-attack. So like the Kano can kind of just wait and then try to kill me, which is really bad. So I'm having to like navigate that matchup properly, which is really hard. But I'm playing Viscerai a lot, doing really well, playing Chain a lot. I'll put up some gameplays here soon about those once I get my list locked down and want to give y'all quality gameplay. So yeah, there's that. But yeah, that's what I've been playing. I'm getting one more card in for Benji. Like I didn't have yellow Rushing Rivers for some crazy reason, so I ordered those just to get them in here real quick, and then I'll do some Benji gameplays for y'all as well. But yeah, hopefully y'all enjoy the Blitz content. I want to try and mix it up, go into Blitz season. Blitz season is always fun to make content on because it's super easy, fun, loving content, just stuff and part of the game that we all love to play. Yeah, when y'all, when y'all watch this video, give me some feedback. Let me know what y'all want to see. Let me know any future videos y'all want to see. I'm really open and receptive to it. I'm trying to have a consistent content output, but I also don't want to just regurgitate the same stuff. So please let me know what your thoughts are. And yeah, if y'all want to, leave a like, comment, subscribe. If not me, go another Flesh and Blood career, do the same thing for them so we can get more people seeing this game. And I'll see y'all next time on TCG Talk. Thank y'all so much.